What's up, YouTube? Today we're going out and we're doing something special. So, I was born in 1980, and today I'm going to go out and fish with a baitcaster that was built in 1979. I'm going to be throwing a Daiwa Procaster 1500 PL, which at that time was considered top of the line kind of baitcaster. So, this reel has sentimental value to me. So this reel was my father's growing up. I watched him catch largemouth bass, smallmouth bass, tons of fish out of the Delaware River on it. And my father passed away 20 years ago this year at the age of 43. He was young. So I've just kind of had this stuff sitting around all these years. So I decided, kind of in a remembrance for 20 years, get this reel out with the old pistol grip rod, respool it with some new line, and let's see if we could just put one or two more smallmouth bass on this setup before we permanently retire it. So that's what we're going to do today, and I'm going to show you the reel right here in a minute. So there it is in all of its 1979 goodness glory. The old pistol grip. This thing, it feels its age for sure. The drag's like crunchy. It took me like 9 years to spool 100 yards of line on it. But let's go get a fish with it. And then we're just going to permanently retire this thing in remembrance of 20 years. Here we go. Alright, so I called a last second audible. Instead of going to the river, I'm going to go to this pond that I know I'll catch fish at. And we're just going to throw a little jerk bait on the old pistol grip. Let's go get some bass. There we go. We got one. Like I said, they're not going to be big in this pond, but still fun on a 5.5 foot light rod that is like a noodle with 2 ball bearing reel that has no speed to it. Super cool. Let's try to get some more. All right, we just picked up our second bass on the old pistol grip. This is getting fun, man. These little bass are a blast on this little 5.5 foot noodle. So let's get this one back in the water, see if we can get one more before we head home. All right, so that was a fun 2 fish kind of afternoon with that 2 ball bearing reel and that pistol grip rod from the early 80s. But on a serious note, you know, the whole reason I was using that was because I was my father's rod and reel from when I was a kid growing up. And, you know, this past Memorial Day, we hit 20 years since he passed away. And with June being Men's Mental Health Month, I think it's really important that as a man, a father, been a husband, been a fiance, a best friend, member of a community, it's really important with all the pressure we put on ourselves that when you're feeling certain types of things, you know, you reach out and ask for help. It's okay as a man to do that. You know, I've been working on myself for the last 2 years with therapy and learning how to be kind of a more emotional man, because I know it was growing up as an 80s kid, it was always, you know, be a man, men don't cry, this and that. And you know, through adulthood as a man, it gets hard. There's a lot of pressures on us, and we bottle a lot of that up and we hold it in, and it weighs on us like a ton of bricks. And, you know, I know with my father's death, had he reached out to somebody, it was a preventable death, you know. And I don't ever want to see anybody I know go through something like that or anything like that. So, you know, if you are somebody that follows me and you're going through it, you don't have anybody to talk to, hit me up through social media. You know, I got Instagram, Eastern PA Angler. I got TikTok, Eastern PA Angler. Send me a message, man. I'll talk to you. But it's really important, you know, get that pressure off yourselves and get out and enjoy the outdoors and find some fishing buddies to help you kind of get through whatever you might be going through. And, you know, just remember, if you're feeling a type of way, it gets better. It'll always get better. You might have to put in a little bit of work, but you can get through it. So with that, definitely